Donald Trump doubled down on authoritarian tactics at the debate yesterday. Here he is talking about the internet.
You recently suggested closing that internet up, those were your words, as a way to stop ISIS from recruiting online. Are you referring to closing down actual portions of the internet? Some say that would put the U.S. in line with China and North Korea.
Well, look, this is so easy to answer. ISIS is recruiting through the internet. ISIS is using the internet better than we are using the internet, and it was our idea. What I wanted to do is I wanted to get our brilliant people from Silicon Valley and other places and figure out a way that ISIS cannot do what they're doing. You talk freedom of speech, you talk freedom of anything you want. I don't want them using our internet to take our young, impressionable youth and watching the media talking about how they're masterminds. These are masterminds. They shouldn't be using the word mastermind. These are thugs. These are terrible people in ISIS, not masterminds. And we have to change it from every standpoint. But we should be using our brilliant people, our most brilliant minds, to figure a way that ISIS cannot use the internet. And then on second, we should be able to penetrate the internet and find out exactly where ISIS is and everything about ISIS. And we can do that if we use our good people.
Let me follow up, Mr. Trump. So are you open to closing parts of the internet?
I would certainly be open to closing areas where we are at war with somebody. I sure as hell don't want to let people that want to kill us and kill our nation use our internet. Yes, sir, I am.
Thank you.
Okay, you literally can't do that. The government doesn't have the authority to do that, and even if they did, you wouldn't want them doing that because it's mission creep. It's a slippery slope, and they will go right down that slippery slope. That's a slippery slope that's so slippery it's got Vaseline and baby oil and all kinds of lotion on it. Because what's going to happen if you give the government that authority? Sure, they'll start by saying, okay, take down the ISIS websites. But then naturally, you end up with Democrats taking down some right-wing sites that they don't like. You end up with Republicans taking down some left-wing sites that they don't like. You end up with totally getting rid of the First Amendment, and you don't have freedom of freedom of speech. You don't have freedom of expression. You don't live in a free society. You end up living in an authoritarian police state where the government picks and chooses everything that you can and cannot read. I mean, why stop there? Okay, take down ISIS websites. Well, why not ban the Quran? I mean, there are some people in ISIS who, they're quite literally believers in the truest sense of the term. They have a literalist, fundamentalist interpretation of the Quran and the Hadith. So you could say, well, there's the source for these guys. So get rid of that source. And let's continue here. Why not the Anarchist Cookbook or whatever the fuck it's called? Ban that. That never did anybody any good, right? Ban Mein Kampf. Why would anybody want to read, Hitler's book? Unless, what, are you a neo-Nazi? Are you a Nazi in training? You got to get rid of that. Come on now. Ban the Communist Manifesto. Ban Das Kapital. Why? You have any idea how many people have been slaughtered in the name of communism? There were a lot. So, hey, radicalization might lead to radicalization. Get rid of it. And then it's only a matter of time. Would you really trust a guy like Trump with that power, man? You really don't think Trump would end up using that in the same way that China uses it or North Korea uses it? Where at the end of the day, it's just anything that Trump dislikes, get rid of that. Anything he likes, keep that up. So official state media. Our media is already shitty enough as it is, with the, inherent incentive structure and how they are biased towards power in the establishment and whatnot. If you get Donald Trump in there, he'll put that on steroids and human growth hormone. Okay, he'll make it so that all you get is a picture that's kind to him and his belief system, and everything else is shut down. You don't want the government having that authority. They will abuse that authority. But Trump, in his simple-mindedness, just says, it's about getting ISIS. And you don't think people in the crowd are going to hear him and go, that's reasonable. I don't know how anybody could disagree with that, man. Believe you me, that's what they're thinking, which is why this is so scary that he's leading by a mile and a half.